sort of just hit me. I honestly didn't even realize how much weight that I've gained until one day recently. I was feeling like my clothes were fitting a lot tighter. I'm doing some modeling things where they have me in the same piece of clothing and it's been getting tighter and tighter. So lately I have been working probably the hardest that I've ever worked in the gym, eating healthy, and it just seems that I am going the opposite way that I would like to be. So this video is a little bit different than the rest of my videos, but I'm actually going to talk about my weight loss journey, I guess, that I have to restart, and some weight blindness that seems to happen. So I'm going to openly talk about my journey, and hopefully this can be a series and you can watch me get back into a good routine and feel like myself again and feel good in my body and my skin again, because obviously that's really important. Been really not happy with what I see in the mirror and the way that my clothes are fitting. So I am looking to make a change, and I am gonna hold myself accountable, because at the end of the day, it's up to me to make these changes. It's nobody's fault but my own, and I'm ready to have a hot girl summer this summer and look snatched for my wedding. So hello, if you're new here, my name is Brittany. This is a little bit different than the content I usually make, but I usually make vlogs, fashion videos, cosmetic videos, and I'm a nurse as well, so I do some nursing and modeling on the side. So I'm a little bit all over the place, but that's usually what I do. This one is sort of falling under cosmetic, confidence kind of stuff, so I just thought that I could be completely honest and open on here, because, you know, it's my channel at the end of the day, and if people don't like what I post, that's okay. You don't have to watch it, but this is what I want to post. So here we are. Welcome. Obviously, getting older, being a female, there's a lot of pressure from society to look a certain way. There's always thoughts about losing weight, but now that I'm 27, I'm becoming a little bit more comfortable in my skin, even though my body is going through changes as I'm getting older. So I don't want this to be a negative video about myself. I just want to discuss how I'm feeling and how I can make a positive change without shaming myself and getting to feeling sorry for myself, because that's not what I want to do. Honestly, my whole life, I've been trying to lose weight. I've been going on diets. My weight's fluctuated. I've been really high. I've been, right after the pandemic, I lost a bunch of weight. I was like the skinniest that I have been since like high school. I felt really good, but obviously it wasn't sustainable. Gained the weight back. It's just been going up and down, trying different workouts, trying different diets. Like, really feel like the last year I've been trying super hard. I go to Pilates. I was seeing a personal trainer for a year. I was eating healthier. I am vegetarian, so I don't eat meat. It seems as though my weight has only increased, which is obviously very frustrating. And also I've been running as well. Like, I'm in the best running shape that I have been in my entire life. Like, I can run really far. My pace is pretty good. And I thought maybe just overdoing it on the cardio would help me get to my fitness goals, but clearly it's like not working for me at all. So yeah, I just feel like really hopeless. And it feels frustrating, because you put so much time and effort into trying to be better, and when you're not better, you're like, dang, what can I do differently? What am I doing wrong? Why isn't it working for me? And so I think that I was actually looking for pictures to post for my fiance's birthday maybe, and I was looking at my pictures even from like last summer and the summer before, and noticeably I looked a lot different. And sometimes it's hard to see those changes unless you compare yourself to like a few years ago, because obviously this is the body that I'm in every single day, so it's normal to me. But I think that I did have a lot of weight blindness. Yeah, I've been feeling this way for a while now. Been switching up my workouts. I stopped doing personal training because I wasn't necessarily seeing maybe the results I want to see, and it was quite expensive. It was like $360 a month, so I'm like, maybe I can use that money and put it towards something else that would be more effective for me. I also have ClassPass, which is amazing. If you don't have it, like, you should definitely get it. I have ClassPass, so I go to workout classes, I go to Pilates, I go to Barry's class, which I love Barry's. I go for runs, and yeah, it's just, I'm very active, so it's just frustrating to not be the weight that I would like to be. I avoided weighing myself for a while because I just know it was probably gonna make me a little bit upset if I did, but you have to face the truth, and the only way I'm gonna be able to know where I start and how I can get better is, you know, getting a baseline weight in there. So the last time I weighed myself was January, and I just had an appointment at a medical weight loss clinic this past week. So I'm gonna share the results of the weight loss clinic and my thoughts around it now. So the medical weight loss appointment is at sort of like a med spa, I guess, like a medical clinic that's a little bit aesthetics as well. It's run by a doctor and nurse practitioner. So they go in, they ask you about your eating habits, your working out, you do a blood test, which is great. you do a body composition scan, which is what I really want to get done because I just wanted to see. I'm like, you know, maybe I'm just a little heavier because I have a bunch of muscle now and I just can't see the muscle, but it's there. The scan did say that I actually, though my BMI is technically in normal ranges, which I know that, my BMI is normal, but my body fat percentage is actually higher than the range that it should be for my height and my weight. Of course, that's super disheartening because I feel like I've been spending a lot of time and energy in the gym, running, doing things that are uncomfortable, and to have like a high body fat percentage, it sucks. Yeah, it feels, when I've been working this hard, it feels horrible. If I was just not working out, not moving, not going to the gym, and I had that, it would kind of make more sense, right? But because that's not the case, yeah, so at least I know where I stand now. I know where I start, and I'm gonna work towards obviously decreasing that, because not only for aesthetical reasons, but having a high body fat percentage leads to so many chronic diseases, like especially if you have visceral fat as well, like fat around the organs inside, it's really bad for you, and it increases your risk of having like so many diseases when you're older, like heart disease, diabetes. It's just, yeah, a whole lot of things. So here I am thinking that I'm eating healthy and I'm super active and my body is just so healthy, but clearly the scan shows otherwise. So we're gonna use that as motivation. We're not gonna let it get to us. It's good that I know it now and I can work towards fixing it. So I'm just gonna be completely honest and transparent. Okay, my weight at the clinic was 158.8. Now, keep in mind, I am 5'10.5", so 178 pounds. So technically, it's within normal BMI ranges. It's healthy according to BMI, but do I feel amazing? Maybe not. When I was at my highest weight after high school, I was like 170, I think was my highest. I was also playing a lot of sports, so I think that I was muscular at the time, but now I'm not playing a lot of sports, so I don't think that I'm muscular. And then the lowest I was after COVID, I was like 136, which I felt amazing in my clothing. I felt mentally really good about myself. So I'm gonna try to get back there because I know that I felt my best at that weight. So now that we have a starting point, we can hopefully only go down in weight from here. So another portion of the medical weight loss clinic, they do offer Ozempic, and I know that's a very controversial topic, but technically their threshold for the Ozempic prescription is a little bit lower than the normal indications for Ozempic to be overweight. Normally, if your BMI is over 27, you can be eligible for Ozempic, or if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, you can be eligible for Ozempic. Now, my BMI is like 22.8 or something like that. So healthy, but their parameters were anything over 21, you can be eligible for prescription Ozempic for weight loss. Now, I'm a nurse. I know the dangers of Ozempic. I'm aware. I made an informed decision that I'm going to take those risks. I start off on the lowest dose possible. I'll see how my body feels, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. So I'm excited, I'm nervous. I realize that there's a lot of judgment that goes along with it, and yeah, it's a personal decision. Obviously it was not covered under my insurance, but if I'm spending $360 on a personal trainer each month, I think 1 month of the pen I can afford. So yeah, the lady that prescribed me it said that I'll probably need 1 pen, maybe 2 pens. So I don't want to be on it for a long time, obviously. So yeah, we'll see how I go with that. I did my first shot yesterday and I'm gonna do a video about that, so I'll make this into a series. And one of the reasons was that my wedding is coming up in November, and I just want to feel my best on my wedding day, of course. So that's the first thing that I'm doing. The second thing that obviously has not been working for me is cardio, and it sucks because I love cardio. I love running. I thought that just putting all my time and energy into cardio and running will help me lose weight, but clearly that is not working. I think that I'm gonna dial back on the cardio. I'm gonna try to increase my steps, go for a lot of walks, like low impact cardio. Long walks is apparently the best for fat loss, so I'm gonna try doing that. Just take my dog out more. Still go for runs here and there because I like to do it, but I don't think I have to be spending all my energy doing that. Instead, unfortunately, I need to go to the gym and lift some weights, which I absolutely hate doing, but I'm going to find a workout plan, slowly increase my weights each week, and try to build some muscle. Because another danger with Ozempic is you can decrease your muscle mass, which obviously I don't want to do if I don't have a lot to begin with. So I'm going to eat a lot of protein. I'm going to do some weights in the gym, try to do more Pilates-based classes versus cardio classes, which is hard, but I think that even as I age, I need to have more muscle mass if I want to age gracefully and if I want to be able to maintain my fitness and my mobility as I get older. Less cardio and more weights. That is number 2. Number 3, My eating habits, obviously snacking is a big thing. I'm so bad with snacking, so I think that's where the weight gain is coming from, is the snacking. When I worked shift work at the hospital as a nurse, that was the absolute worst because it just drained every kind of energy, motivation, self-control that I had, because I was just so exhausted and burnt out that I was like eating poorly, I was sleeping poorly, like my workouts were all scattered and it was just not good. But I can't use that as an excuse anymore because I don't work at the hospital anymore. So my eating habits have to be better. No more snacking. I'm gonna try to eat less carbs because I don't eat meat. So I do like to fill up on breads and pastas and those yummy things, but I need to eat less of that and more protein-based, plant-based foods, which obviously I'm trying to eat whole foods. Like that is number one. I've always been trying to eat more whole foods, like less packaged foods, but more whole foods. So foods that haven't been processed. So even like with vegetarian based meats, I try not to buy those anymore because although it's vegetarian, it's not necessarily healthier. They have so many additives in it. So I just try to buy tofu. I try to use lentils, beans, tempeh. Like I try to stick with like those, and I just put a good sauce on it, and I'm gonna try to eat more of that. Obviously, I don't really drink much anyway, but I'm gonna try not to drink a lot either because it's literally just empty calories and it's not worth it. It's not worth the hang anxiety. It's not worth any of it. So no alcohol. And last, but obviously not least, I'm going to work on my mental health alongside of it. So no crash dieting, no starving myself. I do a little bit of intermittent fasting. That's mostly because I usually do it when I'm at work, because I find if I eat in the morning, my stomach will hurt and be bloated more throughout the day. So I just don't eat until lunchtime, and then I eat my lunch at work. Anyway, I'm gonna try to be a little bit better, nicer to myself. I'm going to be more thankful for what my body does for me, and that it's not the worst thing ever, and it's healthy, and it works for me every single day. It's working overtime for me. So I need to be a little bit more thankful for it and just appreciate where I am. And hopefully that will make it a little bit easier to get into the shape that I want it to be in. But I think it will just make me feel happier regarding my body and my weight and working out as well. So I'm trying to approach this in like a holistic way. I hope this will be the first out of many videos that I can transform my body, my mental health. The wedding coming up, the summer's coming up. Obviously with modeling, it's a harsh world in the modeling world, and it doesn't feel great when you are at a weight that you don't feel like you want to be at, and that you have to wear clothes and pose in front of people when you don't feel good in anything. So it's obviously going to be good for my career as well, hopefully, if I can feel a little bit more comfortable. If you watched till the end of this video, I really appreciate it. I kind of just wanted to be like open and honest on my YouTube, and I just want to be like authentic, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. If you have ever used Ozempic, or you have any concerns or questions that you want to ask me, please leave a comment below. Or if you just want to say hi, I would also love that as well. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully I can start to see a transformation soon. Peace.